Run.
All right, we're 15 minutes late. We're still having phone issues with our call-in number. We'll go ahead and get started with our meeting. If everybody wants to get started, we'll go ahead and get started. Everybody's ready. And take care of this morning's meeting. Thank you, ma'am. It's going to be 9:16, so we'll get started with our meeting this morning. They're still working on the call-in number and stuff. But let's go ahead and you'll please stand for prayer and the pledge.
Let's pray. Heavenly Father, we thank you for this beautiful day you've given and for the lives of you. Lord, we ask your blessings on our community, on our nation, and on our state. Lord, that we'll truly be one nation under God. And then we'll look unto you for our wisdom. And Lord, we know you're faithful to provide that. We thank you for the rains that you have sent and how you bless us and restored springs. And we just ask that, Lord, you would continue to bless us with showers of blessing, to restore all of the ponds and tanks and well. Lord, we thank you for each one that is here. Bless each home that is represented. Lord, may everything we do be fitting your eyes. And give us the wisdom this day to make decisions in the best interest of those we serve. For it's in Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right, good morning, everyone. We'll call the meeting to order. It is going to be 9:18. Noting that Commissioner Dotson and Commissioner Farrett not present this morning. All right, we'll get started with our number 3 items this morning, our departmental reports. Mr. Allen turned in a report for you. Their handout for you this morning on the county agents travel and so forth for the month. Aging Center, this event provided us a monthly report for the month of April. County Attorney?
No.
Auditor's report. There's on your iPads, the auditor's office has Cheryl's office and her team have provided you a budget report for all offices and stuff. And this is going to be through end of April, maybe. So somewhere around there, end of April. you want to print out a copy of that, just let, Miss Becky or Miss Samantha know, get you a printout of it. Clerk's office, number one. Community center. Nothing over there, Becky, going on. Good. Constable, no one. Detention center, Ward's not here. EMC, he's out of town, went to a meeting. EMS.
We have our monthly report for April. April, we ran a total of 48 calls, so pretty significant jump from the previous month. Out of those 48 calls, 4 were second calls. We transported 28 of the 48 calls, 19 of those going to Valverde and Del Rio, the other 9 going to Uvalde. We did not fly any patients out last month, so that's a good thing. A little bit of other news. Been working with Phil and Alma. We applied for a grant and we'll find out by the end of the month for 4 firefighters to go to school and get their EMT. So that will definitely be beneficial. Other than that, any questions for me?
Are you still working with the same collection firm that we've had?
The billing and collections? Yes, sir. Yeah.
Do a pretty good job of.
Yeah, they're doing, I mean, anytime it goes to collections, we don't really get a lot from collections, but the billing, I have seen a significant jump in what we're receiving each month. All right, thank y'all.
Thank you. Hey, we didn't get our calling deal to work, so I'm gonna put you on the speakerphone and we're getting grand updates on the agenda. All right, hold. All right, Ms. Westbrook.
Okay, I'm working on the papers, the documents that have to be completed for the financial status reports. For school resource officer, Stone Garden, and the OLS grant. And I wrote down some numbers here. I did receive the vendor report from 1 November through the end of April from Cheryl. And the amount of transportation money that was available was 90,000. We have used 34,505.30. And the housing we have used for Kirk County 9,350. I'm looking at some of these numbers, so please bear with me.
Okay. So housing in Kirk County was 309,000.
Housing in Kirk County was 56,186. Medina is the big one. It is 309,000. It's like 517. And Cherry County is right at 10,500, 10,800. So those will be the categories that we'll have a meeting on Thursday. I will be going through every bit of this to see where we can move money. We had a total of 435,000 in housing. We started out with 56,000. We knew the difference between 435 and 56 in our last meeting.
Okay.
So there are several categories where money is not being used as much. No invoices have been turned in for visiting judges any. We did eliminate one in the last meeting we had. There's the interpreters and the translators. Those numbers are lower than last year. And that's all due to the number of court cases that's been held. So there could be money in there. Now, as far as personnel, the 3 categories that we're able to take at least 90 days of salary would be under Santos Ramon, OLS deputy, Caballo, which is an OLS deputy, and Manny Pena Senior as an OLS deputy for 90 days. And if the sheriff leaves Santos Ramon in that county position, then we can take the rest of his salary through the end of August. I would recommend you have another meeting close to the end of July to move any final remaining money. But in 8 months, I don't believe this includes that housing number includes any bills from April because they would be received in May to be paid. So it does average out close to 48 to 50,000 a month. So if we do get, once we get the bill in for April, if that hasn't been paid, then we would be right at an average of 50,000, a little over per month. But last month's bill, the March bill, was a little bit less. The sheriff can give you that number than it had been. I believe the total bill for housing in March was around 40,000, where it had been 50. So as people are going to court, the court cases are held on the release, and they're bailed out or they're sentenced, then I will reduce that housing. But there is money in there for transportation. Now, the total amount that is due to be filed for from November through the end of April is $1,205,861.52. So the rest of today, tomorrow, and Tuesday, oh, I guess tomorrow is Tuesday, sorry about that, Wednesday. I'm working on putting the numbers together. I want to have it to you by Wednesday to you and share to review for the meeting on Thursday morning. To see how much the money can be moved into housing. Because that is what is taking so much of the budget. So I believe that's all I have for today.
Okay.
Any questions?
What was your housing amount for Kerr County?
The housing amount for Kirk County was $56,800, $180.
180, okay.
Yes, 180. The amount for Cherry County is $10,355. Well, those two are less than Medina.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So that comes to about 380,000, actually close to 400,000, we had 435 in that budget line item to pay that.
Okay.
There's 4 months, possibly 5, April, May, June, July, and August
Still to go.
still to go.
Okay.
I really, it's gonna be extremely close. I don't think we're gonna have enough, but it's extremely close. But there won't be that much, well, not as much as we anticipated. Well, it's right at what we anticipated even 3 months ago, so that's where we are.
Okay.
Any other questions? That's it?
Any questions? Yes, ma'am. I think that's it.
All right.
Thank you, Ms. Luther. Yes, ma'am.
You're welcome. Bye.
Ms. Gutierrez, grants.
Mr. Ray again.
Okay. Indigent healthcare was last. Kinney County Judge's Office, see the revenue cap recount for the my office for the month of April. Justice of the Peace, Library, Road and Bridge provided their monthly report for us. I did get a text the other day that they were working on Anacostia Lane. I have not been down there to see it, but they were working on Anacostia Lane. Kimber Morgan was working on Anacostia Lane. I haven't been down there to see it, being out of town and everything, but I may try to run down there tomorrow or something and see what they're doing. But they're going to work on it. And then the only other contact I had was the other day was the work to be done at the Disdain Solar Farm. Those guys reached out to me and started visiting with us and stuff, but they're probably another year away before they start anything. Sheriff's report.
Morning.
Morning.
Currently, we got 23 in jail, and of which are in Medina, 9 Palm Green, and the other 4 scattered throughout the state. This Friday is our Shattered Brain presentation at the school. We're going to try to start around 7:30. Get everything together. We'll do the presentation at the school, hopefully around 8:30, 9 o'clock.
Oh, it's this Friday?
This Friday.
Oh, okay.
It'll be right here in front of the high school park where we've got the road blocked off for the students going back and forth. Commissioner Ward has donated the vehicle. We haven't had a chance to really look at the vehicle yet, but it's an older one. I'm wondering if there's an 8-track player.
Well, it rained on me, so it looks like.
I just wonder if I have to close appropriate to wear our vehicle of that vintage, of that age. The border wall has come up a couple of times. We had a conference in South Padre. And there was a drowning in Val Verde County. And when they were trying to get the emergency personnel were trying to get to the scene, the wall was locked. Gates were locked, and Border Patrol's the only one that had the key. Nothing they could have got down there and saved anybody because it already hurt. Which brought up to my question is, if they put one in Kinney County, will we have access to get through the gates? So I talked to DJ Brass Saturday, I think it was, and he is currently in negotiations with Army Corps of Engineers to make sure that he has access to get to his property that's down in the bay area. So he would grant us that same privilege if they do go along. So just want to put you all on board with that, just in case. We've got an individual with a warrant, and we're looking for him. He's got some severe health issues, so we're trying to find a place that will house him. Judge, you gonna be in town all week?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Once we get him located, we'll reach out to you because it's gonna be one of those where we bring him in, booking, get him magistrated, and out the door before he has any medical issues that we can't handle.
Good.
And that's about it. That's it, right? Yard needs to be mowed again. Any questions? All right.
All right, County Treasurer this morning. All right, well, that being said, we'll end our departmental reports and so forth, and we'll get into item 4. But before I do that, is there anyone here to address the court this morning? Public comments or anything? Before we get started, I'll let Ms. Moore come up and speak a little bit, share with us the plans you got for just for class reunion.
Yes, sir. Good morning.
Speaking of 8-tracks.
I'm organizing a high school reunion the 4th of July weekend. And I had reached out to your office, possibly getting access to the courthouse, the Petersen Building, and the Civic Center, just to give our visitors an idea of what the county has been doing. Here in the courtroom, it's really the courtroom that I'd like them to see. And the Petersen Building, I know it's under construction, but if it would be possible to just open the front doors so they can get a peek into that first area. The Civic Center, I reached out to one of the ladies that has that center rented for Saturday to see if she was going to be decorating on Friday. And she told me, no, they weren't decorating. So she wouldn't have any issue with us going in there. And again, it's just so they can see what has been going on in Kinney County. Again, I just ask for your approval on that.
Well, we're going to be good with. I'll double. I think I'm going to be here, but I have to ask my wife.
Okay.
But I think I'll be here. If that's the case, then I'll be more than happy to like meet up with y'all, go through here, check out the Petersen Building, check out the city.
Yeah.
But just so y'all know that we're gonna give a little show and tell. What classes is the reunion? Coming?
Well, it's the class of 76, my class. We're celebrating our 50th year. I've been out of high school that long, but I don't look at it like I have been. No, seriously, I'm going to be inviting all the 70s classes to join us because they were small classes. But and also some of the local businesses on Main Street have agreed to do an open house for us as well that afternoon.
Okay,
Okay,
we'll work on it.
okay,
Thank you, Mel.
yeah, thank you.
Let's share that with them right quick. We'll work on it. 4A this morning is discuss, approve, disapprove, consideration of requests submitted by Kinney County 4-H Club for the use of the county pool on June 7th from 4 to 6 for the end of year party. As you know, we haven't allowed private parties and so forth at the pool and stuff. But that is going to be Sunday. That's on a Sunday. And typically our pool's open on Sunday evenings for the public, but the 4-H club has asked for them to be able to reserve it for their end of year party for the 4-H club. So put that on the agenda to approve or disapprove, but consider it. We close it for the public, and it would be only open to the 4-H kids and parents and so forth for their end of year party. So move to approve. Motion to approve by Commissioner Ward. Second by Commissioner Matavo. Any further discussion on item 4A? All those in favor say aye. Aye. All those opposed, same sign. Motion carried unanimously. All right, next up, item B, 4B for us is approve a proclamation recognizing Miss Charles Emily Wilson and declaring May 16th, 2026 as an official day in Kinney County in her honor. And I'll invite those two ladies to come up and read the proclamation for us and so forth. Don't be nervous.
I shouldn't be nervous.
I thought you told me she was going to do it.
She just made me come up here. Oh.
Seniority trumps.
My second there.
All right.
Okay, so I'll just read the proclamation.
Yes, ma'am.
Proclamation, Miss Charles Emily Wilson Day. Whereas Miss Charles Emily Wilson was born on May 16, 1910 in Bracketville, Texas to Billy, 1872 to 1952, and Rebecca Wilson, 1881 to 1960. She had an older sister named Dorothy, 1906 to 1960. She was the last baby born at the Seminole camp in Fort Clark before the Seminole Negro Indian Scouts and their families were unceremoniously disbanded in 1914. And whereas Miss Charles Emily Wilson and her sister Dorothy were among the first Black Seminoles to leave Brackettville to attend college. Miss Charles, as she was affectionately called, studied at Houston Tolleson College in Austin, where she majored in elementary education and library science. Later, she earned a master's degree in bilingual education at Prairie View A&M College, now Prairie View A&M University, in Prairie View, Texas. She studied Spanish because she wanted to communicate with the Negros Mascogos in El Nacimiento de los Negros, Coahuila, Mexico. And whereas the Wilson sisters returned home and became dedicated educators, teaching and shaping the lives of several generations of Black Seminole children. And whereas Ms. Charles Emily Wilson was among the first Black teachers to teach at Jones Elementary School following desegregation, her presence ushered in a new era of educational equality. And whereas in 1967, she founded the Seminole Indian Scouts Cemetery Association, a nonprofit organization dedicated to preserving the history, legacy, and final resting place of the Black Seminoles. And whereas after retiring in 1979, she devoted her life to promoting and preserving the history and culture of the Black Seminoles. And whereas she established and helped sustain important community traditions, including Juneteenth and Seminole Day celebrations in Brackettville. And whereas in 1992, she spoke at the Festival of American Folklife in Washington, D.C. In her speech titled Texas Seminole Scouts, she stated, "Our people have lived in Texas for over 100 years. Before that, we were in Mexico, where some of us still live. And before that, we were in Oklahoma. And even earlier than that, Florida. And before that, we came from Africa. As far as we've come in all our travels, we have never lost an awareness of our identity and a pride in our freedom, because it is our freedom which makes us different from other Americans of African descent. We have given our loyalty and our skill to our country, and we have contributed to its history. I can rest now, knowing that this has been recognized at last, and that future school children, both American and Seminole, will learn about the part we have played in the growth of our great nation." Whereas Ms. Charles Emily Wilson passed away on July 24th, 2006, leaving behind a legacy of education, leadership, and cultural preservation that continues to inspire. And then I think that last part is
For me.
I think that's for you. And it's
Now therefore be
yes.
it proclaimed that I, John Paul Schuster, do hereby proclaim May 16th, 2026 as Miss Charles Emily Wilson Day, and encourage all citizens to recognize and honor her life, her service, and her enduring contributions to the Black Seminole community and to future generations. On this day, may each of us take time to celebrate the rich history and culture of our communities, and to pass those stories, traditions, and values onto the next generation, just as Miss Charles did for us. In witness, therefore, I hereunto set my hand the 11th day of May, 2026. Entertain a motion to approve that proclamation. So moved by Commissioner Matavo, second by Commissioner Ward. Any further discussion?
This lady was a school teacher here for many years. There was a family come from Mexico over here. Their last name was Vasquez. They went to school with them. But they were Black people. So Ms. Wilson gave them her maiden name, last name.
That's true. Yeah.
There was Marshall Wilson, Eddie Wilson, Bobby Wilson. And there was another Wilson, but I never did know him. They went to school with me.
Edgar. Okay.
And she gave him her name, last name.
Wow.
They wouldn't put them back in Mexico. They all went to school here.
Just reminding a few things as well, like Jeremiah, recollection of her is very fond, and I wrote down a few thoughts that I had as I thought about her life, and she was determined in her, what we describe as silent, very calm, quiet way. She was very determined. She was a very wise lady, and I think about the quote, and certainly didn't come up with it, but the one that fits appropriately is attitude. It's a little thing that makes a big difference. And she always had a great attitude, she had a smile on her face. She was full of history of the Seminole people. We know that there are those of you all have picked up the torch in sheep here, and you're running with that, and so you're to be commended for that. Also, I remember how respected she was among her coworkers, enjoying a wonderful relationship there. So, can't say enough good things about Miss Charles. Definitely a major part of our school system, and someone that we should honor and be very proud of.
Thank you.
All right, thank y'all. All those. Any further discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. All those opposed, same sign. Motion carried unanimously. Item 4C this morning is discuss and approve a proclamation recognizing May 2026 as Mental Health Awareness Month in Kinney County. I'll turn it over to you. Morning.
Good morning, sir. Good morning, commissioners. My name is Rachel Cedillo, and I'm the director of the local mental health clinic in Del Rio, and we also take care of our cases here in Kinney County. Okay. This measure would recognize May 2026 as Mental Health Awareness Month in Kinney County to enhance public awareness of mental health and dispel the stigma surrounding it. Whereas half of the population will experience some type of mental health challenge over the course of a lifetime. And whereas mental health challenges are one of the most common health conditions in Texas, affecting 1 out of 6 adults and impacting both the person experiencing the condition and those persons who love and care for that person. And whereas 36.8% of adults in Texas reported symptoms of anxiety and or depressive disorder compared to 32.3% of adults in the United States. And whereas 41 individuals in Kinney County sought services from Hill Country MHDD centers in fiscal year 2025. And whereas people with mental illnesses make important contributions to our families and our communities and can recover if given the necessary services and supports in their communities. And whereas creating a community where everyone feels comfortable reaching out for the support they deserve is crucial to ending the stigma surrounding mental health and mental illness. And whereas each business, school, government agency, healthcare provider, organization, and citizen shares the burden of mental health challenges and has a responsibility to promote mental wellness and support prevention efforts. And whereas the Kinney County Commissioners Court wishes to enhance public awareness of mental health and diminish the associated stigma. Now therefore be it proclaimed that the Kinney County Commissioners Court, acting in its capacity as the governing body of Kinney County, hereby recognizes May 2026 as Mental Health Awareness Month in Kinney County and calls upon the community to increase awareness and understanding of mental illnesses, reduce stigma and discrimination, and promote appropriate and accessible services for all people with mental health conditions. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Commissioner. All right, I'll entertain a motion to approve the proclamation declaring May as Mental Health Awareness Month, Kinney County. Motion made by Commissioner Ward,
Second.
second by Commissioner McCollum. Any further discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, same sign. Motion carried unanimously. All right, we also have another one this morning, 4Ds, approve and disapprove a proclamation recognizing May 2026 as Community Action Month. The proclamation reads, I don't believe anybody's here for this one, right? All right, whereas the Community Council of South Central Texas Incorporated was established as a community action agency on May 11th, 1965, and whereas the service area encompasses the greater South Central and West Texas counties of Atascosa, Bandera, Bee, Brewster, Crane, Comal, Culberson, Bennett, Edwards, Frio, Gillespie, Guadalupe, Hudspeth, Jeff Davis, Carnes, Kerr, Kendall, Kinney, LaSalle, Live Oak, Maverick, Medina, McMullen, Pecos, Presidio, Real, Terrell, Uvalde, Valverde, Wilson, and Zavala. Whereas community action has made essential contributions to individuals and families across this nation by creating economic opportunities and strengthening communities. And whereas community action is a robust state and local force connecting people to life-changing services and creating pathways to prosperity in 99% of all American counties. And whereas community action builds and promotes economic stability as an essential aspect of enabling and enhancing stronger communities and stable homes. And whereas community action promotes community-wide solutions to challenges throughout our cities, suburbs, and rural areas. And whereas community action delivers innovative services and supports that create greater opportunities for families and children to succeed. And whereas community action insists on community participation and involvement, ensuring that all sectors of the community have a voice and will be heard. And whereas community action is celebrating 61 years of innovation, impact, and providing proven results for Americans. Therefore, I, County Judge John Schuster of Kinney County, hereby proclaim May 2026 as Community Action Month in recognition of the hard work and dedication for all Kinney County community action agencies. In testimony thereof, I have hereunto set my hand and caused to be affixed the Great Seal of Kinney County on May the 11th, day of May 2026. And I'll entertain a motion to approve that proclamation.
So,
So moved by Commissioner Montalvo, second by Commissioner Ward. Any further discussion? All those in favor say aye. All those opposed, same sign. Motion carried unanimously. All right. If you'd like to leave, you may be excused at this time. No, you don't want us to hang around. We understand. We understand. All right. Next item on the agenda is 4E this morning. Discuss and possible action to establish countywide public information policy, including possible action for the where am I? I skipped one, didn't I? No. Item 40, establish a countywide public information policy, including possible adoption of the proposed policy. This is tabled from April the 13th. Brent, I'll let you share a little bit on this one again. Talk about this one a little bit.
This is chapter 552 of the government code and establishes a policy that way that we kind of already currently operate under, but this would be posted on our website. And I did contact the Attorney General's office. They saw nothing wrong with it. And so that's the one we need to adopt and go from there and post it on our website.
And get it, okay. All right, I entertain a motion to approve item E this morning. So moved by Commissioner Ward, second by Commissioner Montalvo. Any further discussion on Public Information Act policy? All those in favor say aye. Aye. All those opposed, same sign. Motion carried unanimously. Item F this morning is to approve or disapprove and discuss the increase in cost for plumbing materials at the Petersen Building and authorize the use of building maintenance funds to pay the remaining balance of $17,099.15.
Just, I could give a
Go
little
ahead.
recap. Our original estimate from Joe the plumber was 28,600. That was using PVC throughout the building into the walls. We made a payment on June the 13th last year, 2025, of $17,035.65. After that, of course, the blueprints are still in motion. We have not received them, but the engineer who designed the plumbing system wanted to upgrade. He said we must upgrade from PVC to copper in the interior. And so, what that amounted to was $5,534.80. The balance on the original agreement of $11,564.35 plus the copper upgrade makes the grand total of $17,099.50. So I felt like it was worthy of giving a little more detail of what has been done, what is needed. The update is that the pressure test that's been taken on the water system, and it was found to be sound, no leaks. And of course, we know as construction progresses, it's important to have those particular tests run so that you don't enclose with insulation and sheetrock and then discover you've got a water leak and you're back to square one. Also, what is likely to be completed in the rough end are the restroom floor drains. And he has also on the order, they should be in soon. The next thing regarding plumbing would be after all of the interior walls are finished. And this is just as a matter of review and update. And so that will not occur until we have completed all of the IT installation and the electrical wiring and the air conditioning system. And then those, we will be able to, at that time, take bids for the setting of all the fixtures. So a little more detail on that. And at the same time, an update on the progress, which is moving along. We still do not have the blueprints, the final blueprints. I did talk to both the engineer and the architect again last week. They're promising to have them completed soon. So we're to a degree on their mercy, but we have been able to progress with the building on doing everything we can around the electrical and the air conditioning and the IT work. All of those were out for bid. The communication tower has been installed by Motorola. They have not finished their job, but promised to return shortly and finish their work on that. So things are moving. It's just slow progress.
Okay. All right. Any other further discussion on item F this morning? Entertain a motion to approve paying the remaining balance plus the difference from the plumbing in the amount of $17,099.15 to Joe's Plumbing.
So moved.
So moved by Commissioner Montalvo, second by Commissioner Ward. Any further discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, same sign. Motion carried.
Judge, on items G and H, can we have a discussion in executive session?
Yes, sir.
On those?
Okay. We'll move in G and H to executive.
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right, item I is discuss and award Tatum grant number 4485-0100 general contractor contract. And Ms. Alma is here to discuss that with us this morning.
Good morning.
Morning.
So at the last Commissioners Court, we scored contractor proposals for the installation of the 7 generators in Kinney County, the city of Brackett and Mud. And so, Judge, did everybody get this score sheet? Does everybody have a copy of it? Ms. Becky? Sure. So just based on the general contractor's score sheets, so you'll see the criteria right in the middle of the page. And so you have the names of the firms, whether they were cleared on SAM. I'm sorry, Mr. Wood, so right in the middle of the page is where you have the contractors, whether they were SAM cleared, their bid bond, performance bond. If they have a check, we cleared. So we only had 2 that cleared in GB contractors for $878,600. And then we had electric services, Mr. Joe Trevino. And Ready Power, I'm sorry, 3 of them. So your lowest one was electrical services, Mr. Joe Trevino. So that would be our recommendation, is to award the contract, and his was for $604,122.82.
I guess Mr. Dirksen reviewed.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
He's on board with that.
He is on board with that. In fact, he sent us the award letter. We'll have the judge sign it. He sent us the contract with the Kinney County addendum. Either to it or from that to Mr. Trevino, if he agrees.
Yeah.
Mr. Dirksen won't be any more than what he's already.
No, he'll go ahead and check on the installation and permission and everything. Yes, yes, sir. For sure. For sure.
Where they are,
I'll give it to you.
where they're from.
Uvalde.
All right, have a motion made by Commissioner Ward, second by Commissioner Matavo to award the electrical services in the amount of $604,122.82 for the Tatum generators. And this is from 2021,
Yes, sir.
this grant. Okay.
And we have the award letter, just need your
Okay.
signature. We'll send it to Mr. Trevino and ask him for 3 copies of the contract. Thank you.
All right, that'll take care of item I. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. All those opposed, same sign. Motion carried unanimously. Item J this morning is review and discussion only, grant updates from Ms. Gigi Ms. Lama. We'll get started with that one.
Yes, so here you have a list of grants from 2020 all the way through 2026. The ones that were awarded, closed out, are in progress or still pending. And then at the bottom, we also list the ones that were not awarded with a little explanation as to why they were not awarded, if there was an explanation. This list, Ms. Becky, if we can upload it to the Kinney County website, that would be great. And then it's also going to be submitted to the auditor's office. And I bet it'll be part of the next audit. Mhm. Any questions on any one of these grants?
What about the, what's that, so is that evolving slowly?
Slowly, yes, sir. Remember, it is, let's see if I can see this. It is still pending under Texas Water Development Board, Region 15, the flood, the mitigation, and that was for 275,000 for the study. So,
All right. And then SB3. That one's moving forward a little bit.
a little bit. Mhm.
That's on the
The size.
siren that the state's it's mandated. Those 30 counties were one of the 30 counties to have a implementation of the sirens, flood sirens for the county. So, all right. Any other questions on item J? Being none, we'll move to, and that was just discussion only. Item K is discuss and disapprove overtime policy approved on February 23rd, 2026 regarding IT department and cybersecurity grant.
So on February 23rd, we approved the overtime policy to be able to pay some of our employees overtime using the cybersecurity grant funds. We have not heard back from the IT director on how much time our employees will need to use, or if we're going to contract out, but our understanding is that the auditor's office has indicated that they cannot give overtime. So just want you to be aware that we cannot pay overtime to our employees, even though we have the policy in place. So
And this is strictly because the cybersecurity grant funds had overtime money allocated on. We adopted a policy to say that we would pay the IT overtime, which is just one person for us, that working on the grant, items in that grant and so forth throughout the county for cybersecurity stuff. And he's got some overtime to be paid. But the auditor is addressing it now, is that they're not going to pay it. So just bringing that forward to your attention that, hey, she worked with him to help Miss Alma, Miss Candy worked with Miss Cheryl to come up with a policy because our policy was strictly for if it's declared emergency or the sheriff's office and paramedic folks, EMS folks and stuff. So then we had to have a local policy just to deal with the IT deal because cybersecurity, the grant fund did allow for overtime to be used and paid to help get that, get that implemented and get that cybersecurity deal taken care of throughout the county. So that's where we are.
And so we'll have to amend that application once again, if we cannot pay one of our employees overtime for working on the cybersecurity implementation activities. Any questions?
So like on the, no action on this one today then. I'm going to table it for review on the 26th. Because Monday, the 25th is a holiday, so our next meeting will be on a Tuesday. Our next regular scheduled court meeting will be on Tuesday, the 26th.
I know the Cheryl's not here, but her staff is here, and I'm just wondering if we have an explanation as to why we cannot pay overtime.
Actually, I don't know, but I think, what the judge said, Cheryl said that the grant didn't allow overtime.
The grant allows overtime.
Grant allows it. It was in the grant, and we amended our policy to allow that IT to receive overtime pay because we were going to get reimbursed through the grant.
Okay, but was it originally submitted for overtime in the grant, or did you rewrite?
The grant was.
I haven't seen that grant yet, but I will ask Cheryl, I will look at it. Usually, grants are funny. So I would have to do the grant, see what that was.
We have a line item on there for overtime.
But the original grant, the application allowed for overtime.
Yes. Yes.
I will ask her about it.
What we amended or what we changed was the Kinney County policy to allow the overtime to be paid.
So, but was the policy in place at the time submitted, or it wasn't with the grant?
Was the policy in place? Say that one more time.
Was the policy in place at the time the grant was submitted and awarded? Because that matters if you only implemented the policy after the grant was accepted.
Let me check on that, but I'm sure Ms. Cheryl would have said something.
So like I said, I'm not familiar with that right there. I will look
Okay.
into that. But those are just some of the thoughts that come to my head with grants. Like you can't apply for something and then change the policy later. It's not retro.
Got it. We'll check on that.
All right. I would recommend we table it till May 26th meeting. Item K. Entertain a motion to table item K to May 26th. So moved by Commissioner Bravo. Second by Commissioner Ward. So we'll table item K this morning. Overtime policy on cybersecurity grant funding to May 26th. All those in favor say aye. Aye. All those opposed, same sign. Motion carried unanimously.
Thank
All right, thank you, ma'am. All right, we do have two items. We'll move to executive session, G and H, and we'll go into approve the minutes from previous meetings. You have three, two minutes, the 13th and the 27th, and one of them has an addendum that was added to it on the 13th for you to review this morning.
So move it, approve the minutes for April the 13th, regular meeting.
All right, I have a motion from Commissioner Montalvo to approve item 5A and 5B as presented. We'll take item 5A and 5B, that's the minutes from April 13th along with the addendum. Motion, second by Commissioner Ward. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, same sign. Motion carried unanimously. Next one will be item 5C. It's the minutes from April 27th. Regular meeting.
You need a motion on the addendum, Judge.
No, we did it in we did it as one deal for A and B. We did it as one motion. When we go for the 13th, looking for a motion for the 27th.
It's,
Okay, the motion by Commissioner Ward,
Second.
second by Commissioner Montalvo. Any further discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. All those opposed, same sign. Motion carried. All right, request of departmental budget adjustments and reviews. We'll have one of those when we come out of executive session. Approve the bills and disbursements applicable to Kinney County Detention Center. Have none this morning. Item 8, review and ratify, approve all claims and bills, including payroll, for Kinney County budget 2025-2026. You have those in front of you this morning.
There were ones for the detention center.
Oh, yes, okay, there is one, there is one for the detention centers. Thank you, ma'am. We'll go back and pick it up. Let's look at the county bills. Thank you. We'll pick up the county bills and we'll go back to the detention centers.
You do have?
Yeah, for the detention center, we do have one. Sorry about that. Thank you, ma'am. So let's look at the county bills right quick. Yeah, top of page 3. You have one? You have top of page 3, the, McCary, Veselka, Bragg, and Allen. That's, I don't understand why it's saying it's Indian healthcare and it's coming out of JP collection fee.
It might have the wrong thing, so. But it did come out.
It wouldn't come out of healthcare.
Not everything.
Good. Did you get your airbags yet?
Not yet.
Really?
Should hopefully have them updated today. I'll try to call them this morning. You can answer on that station. So he's reaching out to fires.
About 8:45. We lost power at the house last night.
Does you look at promotion on, A?
Yeah, item 8, for the bills for the, as presented.
Second.
Motion made by Commissioner Ward, second by Commissioner Matavo on item 8 this morning. Any further discussion? All those in favor say aye. Aye. All those opposed, same sign. Motion carried. No one abstained. Now we'll go back to item 7. Sorry about that. Approved bills and disbursements out to the Kinney County Detention Center.
Judge, we have a, continued hold on those funds right now, detention center.
That, I think so. This one here is these funds are just coming in. We're just recognizing these funds coming into us. And then we're sending funds.
I think Mr. Bristol had called.
Yeah. On the funds to the GEO deal, this fund recognition here this morning. We're sending these funds. One of these funds is going to US Bank. Is that who we've been sending funds to? Is that Lugo, Becky?
US Bank does appear on previous.
And this one is going to US, and then the other one goes to GEO to pay for reimbursing them for travels, right? That's the reimbursement to the 55,000 is the reimbursement to GEO for travels, guard service, transport. That's what it says. But the $1,178,000
That's a wire to.
to Lugo.
Yes.
Okay. Let's move this item 7 to executive session, and we'll call first and see if that's what we still want to do. We'll talk to the attorney. You sign this one from top of.
When I was visiting with him last, Friday, he indicated that he's involved in some very serious negotiation with GEO.
Yes, sir.
And that he has asked that those funds be on hold until those particular serious.
Yes, sir. All right, so we'll move item 7 to executive session to visit with the legal counsel on the status of that one. With that, we'll move to item 9, other items of county business. Just a reminder that Monday, the 25th is a holiday, so our next regular commissioners court meeting will be Tuesday, the 26th at 9 o'clock. Also, this evening at 4 o'clock, we have a 391 meeting here at the district courtroom regarding the transmission power line or 391. We met a couple of weeks ago in Uvalde. Today's meeting will be held here at the district courtroom at 4 o'clock this afternoon for the 391. And burn ban. You want to leave it intact? I've been allowing some folks to burn it. They've had some pretty good rain here and there. It's real scattered throughout the county, but they've called and said, look, got some brush, got some good rains. So I've been allowing some folks to burn. I didn't talk to fire chief this morning or this weekend or nothing about it, but you still comfortable with leaving the burn ban on? Would you like to lift it for a little bit to see how we go? But I can lift it if that's what y'all want to do. I'll lift it. But if you want to leave it intact, we'll leave it intact and just kind of to play it by ear or per request. So that's what you want to do. You want to leave it alone like that.
This is going to review secure service citizens commercial bank. This is all for them.
She's holding on to the flyers. The direction of Mr. Bishop.
Okay, she's still holding. Okay. All right, we'll talk to him. Thank you, ma'am. Well, that's all I have for this morning on the agenda. Unless anybody else has anything. We'll check on Anacostia Lane. See where we're at on that one. The new gas line pipeline, they've been blowing some air through it, testing it. So I guess it's getting close to being completed, the 42-inch natural gas line. And then I believe the compressor station is completed. They were going to do a hot tap on it about a month ago at the end of April, middle of April, and then hot tap it into the Kimber Morgan line that's right down there. The compressor station they added to a hot line, and then the new pipeline that just went in, the Black Comb line, they moved their compressor station, as we talked about, up there closer to 1572, right there off the highway, instead at the end of Anacostia Lane. And then the other compressor work that's going to be done at the end of Anacostia Lane, that's been put on hold. So it's that Marathon Pipeline LLC, they put theirs on hold. So there's no activity going on it right now. With that being said, we'll recess at 10:28. We'll take a little break, come back into executive session, discuss with legal counsel and the sheriff personnel matters, and also items E, H, and number 7.
Run.